You're about to witness a hot logic mini experiment. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but we're going to do it together. St. Patrick's Day is coming up this week, and I'm going to use the hot logic to make a corned beef brisket. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to take to cook this. It's a very dense piece of meat, but we're going to put it in and keep an eye on it. I bought a brisket that's kind of small because I'm using a 6-cup Pyrex dish. This is 2.17 pounds. It's the smallest brisket I could find to fit into this container, and it was $3.99 a pound, but with the ShopRite card I got $2.99 a pound. So $6 and something for this piece of meat, which is really nice. I'm also, if I have room there, which I think I have a little, I'm going to put in a couple small wedges of cabbage. So let me open this up. I'm going to rinse this meat off. I like to reduce the saltiness a little bit, and we're going to place it in the Pyrex dish. Now, after rinsing this and taking it out of the package, I see there's quite a bit of fat on here. I'm going to trim off a good layer of this fat here so we don't have that swimming around in the meat that we're cooking. Okay, now we have the meat nicely trimmed and not a lot of fat on there, which is great. Now I have a little spice packet that is inside the corned beef brisket normally. I'm just going to sprinkle that around. Give that little pickling flavor. Right. Now you know how much the corned beef shrinks, so I'm going to jam in there as much cabbage as I can. And I'm going to just cut this in thin wedges. I'll just keep trying to get some in here because the more we can get in, the better. And then if I have cabbage left, I'll use this for something else. Okay, so now we have a nice dish of meat and cabbage. And I'm going to add a little bit of water. So that was a half of a small cabbage. I'd say that's probably about a pound of cabbage that we managed to get in there. I'm going to add about a cup of water. And top it off with the lid. Nice and tight. Put it in the mini on top of the warming tray. I'm going to come back and check on it after 4 and see how we're doing, because this is something I never tried before. Now I did cook a nice big sirloin steak in here. Came out very nice in about 5 hours. However, the brisket is a tougher cut of meat, and we want to make sure that it cooks slowly and long enough that it's nice and tender, and we can make some Reuben sandwiches out of this. Okay, we'll be back in several hours to take a peek. Okay, it's been about 5 hours on this corned beef. Let's see how things are going. Alright, now the cabbage is not cooked yet. However, I'm going to take the temperature of the meat down there. If you can see the meat thermometer, it's at 156 degrees, so the meat is cooking pretty good in the middle. Let's just take a temperature right near the top, and that drops a little. It's 143 at the top. So We're gonna let this go a couple more hours. Close it back up quick. Let it keep on going. Doing what it's supposed to do. We'll be back later on. Okay, well, I decided to let this cook overnight. This is 12 hours. 12 hours in the Hot Logic Mini. Let's check out the corned beef now. Now let's see how it looks. It smells good. Okay, we have cabbage. Looks like it's nicely cooked here. Wedges. Separated and cooked nicely. Let's take the temperature of the meat. The meat temperature is 165.8. You see that on the camera? Okay, great. Let's get this out on the cutting board. You can see that the meat shrunk quite a bit. So I highly recommend using your Hot Logic Mini to cook a nice piece of meat like a corned beef. However, give yourself plenty of time, because cooking it slowly is the solution to getting a corned beef brisket to be nice and tender like this. So if you try this, I think you'll be very pleased with your results to make a nice Reuben sandwich, or to serve it with the cabbage that's in the Pyrex dish right now. So go ahead, give it a try. Enjoy that Hot Logic Mini, and happy St. Patrick's Day.